You won't learn! You don't won't learn!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ the Tar Heel. And in this episode, or huddle if you will, we're going to talk about the number 19 North Carolina Tar Heels, second game of the season, as they host the 0-1 Lehigh Mountain Hawks out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Now, Lehigh is a member of the Patriot League. And as we can see, they did not start the season off very well or on the right foot as they dropped their opener against Cornell 84-78. But that didn't stop 6'2" junior guard Tyler Whitney Sidney from having himself a ball game. The kid scored 23 points, had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and he shot 72.7% from the field. Now, they were led by 6'8", 240-pound Bube Moma. He led the team in their opener with 10 rebounds, and he added 6 points himself. 5'10", 185-pound senior guard Jalen Sinclair. He led the team with 5 assists, added 13 points, and 3 rebounds. Now, I watched some of the Lehigh and Cornell game, and I noticed that the Mountain Hawks love to go under screens. Went under a ton of screens, which allowed Cornell to go over the top, step out, and really get some uncontested, clean shots, some clean 3 balls, and they were knocking them down. They also seemed to have trouble on back cuts, as Cornell was able to slice up that Lehigh defense with a bunch of backdoor easy baskets. So just something to be cognizant of, something that I happen to notice. Just going underneath those high ball screens and just being really susceptible to those backdoor cuts on the defensive end. Now, just so you guys know, we are making this video on the night of the 8th, but Lehigh plays at Penn State on November 10th at 7:30. But obviously your boy's going to be in Chapel Hill. I'm not going to be able to be at home and have all the time that I need to make these videos. So we got to make this one a little bit in advance. Now, the North Carolina Tar Heels are led by preseason All-America, 6'11", 240-pound graduate Armando Bacot, who's averaging 25 points, 13 boards, and Mondo shot 62.5% from the floor in the Heels' opening win against Radford. And that was after he obviously missed a couple of bunnies around the basket, so his shooting percentage could have even been higher. He should have had probably 30+, if you want me to be honest. And then 6'1", 180-pound freshman Elliot Cadeau is leading the team with 6 assists and additionally contributed 5 points and 2 rebounds. He did have 2 early turnovers, but he finished out the game really strong, and it's going to be really exciting to watch Elliot continue to grow as a Tar Heel. Now, the Heels were in a little battle against Radford, obviously. They had some trouble keeping their talented guards out of the paint. Radford was able to hit some mid-range jumpers and stayed in the game for a little more than a half before the Heels' talent finally took over. So what is Russ looking for in this game? It's the second game of the season. I want to see the Heels, number one, continue to work inside out. You got a 6'11", 240-pound big man down low. You're playing, for all intents and purposes, inferior competition. Feed the ball down low, man. Feed the beast. Feed the post and let Mondo go to work. If Lehigh wants to double team him, if they need to commit more bodies down there to keep him away from the basket, well, what do we have? We have shooters 1 through 4, and we should get a lot of spot-up three-pointers. You know, even if it's not just Armando kicking it back out with the extra pass, that should set up a couple of open 3 balls. And at home, we should be knocking down a ton of those. Number 2, I want to see the guards do a better job of keeping the opponent's guards out of the paint. RJ and Elliott can do a better job of keeping the opposing team's guards on the perimeter. Seth Trimble is obviously a great on-the-ball defender, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets a couple more minutes, a little bit more burn up against Whitney Sidney to shut him down and make the offense from Lehigh come from a different spot. And number 3, I'm continuing to watch how the bench is utilized by Coach Davis. These are obviously pivotal games in which Coach Davis needs to establish the go-to lines, if you will, or the lineups that work best together in certain game situations. So it's going to be interesting to watch Cormac Ryan, Ingram, Wojcik, especially fitting into this rotation. They all looked good in the opener. So, this is the perfect type of opponent to where you can kind of tinker with those lineups and find out what's going to work best for you for the duration of the season. Now, according to the ESPN matchup predictor, the North Carolina Tar Heels have a 96.7% chance of beating Lehigh. I think that the Heels build upon their first game and they win convincingly by 25-plus points, as this was a team that was 13-19 last year and 4-12 on the road. So they just dropped their home opener against Cornell. I think that the Heels roll in this one. So, if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment down in the comments section what you're going to be looking for in this basketball game. And if you're going to the Lehigh game, if you're going to be in Chapel Hill on the 12th, guess what? Your boy's going to be there. So, 2 p.m. tip on ACC Network. Yours truly will be in the Dean Dome. Would love to get some pictures with you guys. If you're a Huddle hooligan, come say hi. If you're a member of the Tar Heel Huddle family, come say hi. Like I said, I would love to get some pictures with you guys. Put some names to some faces, or some faces to some names, if you will. So, looking forward to it. I'm going to be at the Carolina Duke football game. I'm going to be at the Carolina Lehigh basketball game. But it's going to be a great weekend for Russ the Tar Heels. So I can't wait. I'm excited. We'll catch you on the next one, Tar Heel Nation.